Yeah. Good. Okay, the uneducation bullshit. Like sometimes some people just don't need to be talking. Right now y'all see how tongue twisted I am because I just feel like this. Tommy's a very uneducated bastard, and he just discriminated himself online by telling the whole world how he was going to make up all these lies and all these stories and all this and that, discriminating himself, but still yet saying how he's going to put Alvo in jail. You don't have that much power to be putting nobody in jail. And just by you, the stupid, retarded ass, bed bug face looking ass, he looks like a nasty pus blackhead. One of them big ass pus bump, pus, pus bump. But yeah, just so you know, Thomas, your whole testimony is on this line tonight. You screaming in the phone like you got a whole audience in the phone. You screaming. You got mental issues at your age. Then you sit underneath the filter all the time, but you talking about somebody's natural, beautiful chocolate skin, but you got filters on every photo that you put or video you have on. You never go without a photo because you got bumps all over your face and your lips area. But I'm just saying, this is how uneducated you are, Thomas. Bug face, pus bump. You just told the whole world what you was gonna do, how you was gonna set them up, and how you gonna do everything like that, screaming into the phone. So everybody, not just me, but him as Owl being a victim, you screaming all what you gonna do to try to make all these lies and everything up and doing all this extra shit. You doing all these extra shit, and that right there is gonna put you in jail for you making false police reports, and then you calling the bondsman making for. But you know what? Only one that's going to jail is you because you just discriminated yourself, even though you probably don't know what that word means. But you have the audacity to call somebody's mother an unfit mother. You ain't never with your son. But then your mother's dead. Your mother's in a whole cemetery. Your mother's in a cemetery. And you got the audacity to be talking about somebody's living mother, whether whether uh, whether you like it or not. But this is the only way that you can keep Alva's attention by digging deep. But look at you, you're a pitiful ass human being, a pitiful ass human being. You're a miserable. You ain't got nobody wants you. You ain't got no man in your life. You are a poor excuse for a father. You hate your own self. You're not comfortable in your own skin, so you put on wigs. You put on wigs and everything to try to act like you a woman because you hate yourself as a man. You just hate yourself, Thomas. But I am so glad you that uneducated to know that everything that you think that you're doing, you're gonna do to Apple is gonna be done to you because you discriminated yourself. You discriminated yourself, and to show everybody on the I'm gonna call the police and tell the police he did this, he did that. We are so happy you did that. All of his supporters are so happy you did that because they're gonna take. They just said it in his comments to take that whole entire video to court with him to show the courthouse how harassing you are and what you was plotting and what you plotted on to do, Thomas. You're so uneducated. But thank you for making that statement. But that's just to show you you're a bitter motherfucker. And you just think that, oh, you screaming, watch, he's gonna go to jail. Go to jail for what? What is he going to jail for? Go to jail for what? For what? You just think everybody you're the one that's gonna go to jail because you discriminated yourself on the internet. And it's you there's no, even if you erase it on your end, everybody else already got it locked in. Locked in. You can't erase that. But I'm just saying, you screaming, Tommy, the gossip, like you just saying anything just to get attention, because without Alvo's present on this internet, you have no storyline. You're just a boring fuck, and you're still boring fuck. But you got the audacity to talk about his mother, and your mother's in a graveyard. You don't even go put flowers on your mother's grave. So how dare you sit up here and talk about somebody's mother? That's why you don't. That's exactly why you are living the life that you live. You're unhappy with yourself, Tommy the gossip. You wear filters on every video you get on. You got a filter on. Without those filters, everybody can see all the little bumps and the herpes sores that you have in your face, around your lips. That's why you use filters all the time. You're an older man in your mid 30s. Come on now. But you talk about somebody's living mother. At least he could hug his mother. He could call his mom. He could go over, sit on the porch with his mom. He could do a lot of things. Well, what could you do with your mother? What could you do with your mother? And then you got the nerve, you got the audacity to call his mother what? Something that you are, an unfit parent. Unfit parent. Then you showing people's houses and everything. Now he showed your mother's graveyard and grave site. So now you're mad. Oh, he can show. Now you the victim now. He should have showed her name. Cause I like for real, even though I just feel like you started it, he finished it. You act like a fucking little kid. You do ignorant shit and devious shit, Tommy the gossip, just to get negative attention. Even if Albo's giving positive advice and having a good conversation with his supporters, you'll get on live and start talking negative because you don't mind somebody talking bad and beating you up all the time. That's the only way you think you're loved. Nobody likes you, Tommy. No matter how hard you try to think that the ball is in your court and you got the upper hand. No, you just discriminated your uneducated ass, you dumb retarded fat fuck. You just discriminated yourself, not on the natural internet, telling the whole world that what you was how I was gonna try to set Albert up and made all these lies up, and what you was gonna say and how you gonna say and how you and Shamar was gonna gang up and make up a bunch of lies. The only reason why you're trying to keep Shamar to keep arguing with Alvo because you're afraid that Shamar and Alvo might make up and be friends, and you want to try to keep Shamar evil. And Shamar just is stupid. Ain't no way, fuck, I will be friends with somebody like Tommy that punched me, sucker punched me in my face. There's no way. That's why I say Tommy's an evil demon, and that's why you have to wear filters on all your videos because it shows in your face that you're older, you're disgusting, you got bumps all over your lips and dark marks all in your face. That's why you wear filters all the time, Tommy the Gossip. But let's make it clear when he goes to court, he's gonna bring all the evidence on how you harassing him and what you said you was gonna do. And we're gonna see if the ball really is in your court. We're gonna see that. You're an ignorant ass bastard. I don't understand why you so ignorant. You just disgusting. You're a pervert. You disgusting that you're sending nasty dick pictures to somebody, like you that obsessed with somebody. You can't get a man, so you sit around masturbating all fucking day, and nobody wants you. You're infested with AIDS. Yeah, I mean, like you got the audacity to be screaming demon about somebody's yellow teeth, and that's not even Alva's mouth that you showing, but you screaming demon about somebody else's relationship, health. And Tommy, you don't go no, you wouldn't dare. And if you do show some forced documents, you're a liar because Trust me, you don't go to no clinic. You don't go to no clinic. You live in an HIV apartment. You're living in the HIV program apartment. But the point is, you don't have no kind of authority to put nobody in jail. You discriminate in yourself, and you discriminated yourself all over the internet. And everybody and as soon as you did it, one of his supporters said they take this whole document, take this whole video to the courts, and show the courts what you said you gonna do. And Shamar just is dumb. If Shamar is talking to you, Shamar dumber than a bag of rocks. For real, for real. Ain't no way in hell. And the only reason why you trying to keep Shamar arguing with Alvo just to make sure that Shamar is not gonna be all right with Alvo. That's the only reason why. But Shamar's the dumbest motherfucker. If he does follow suit and follow after you, you bed bug face looking, you look like you got diseases for real. That's why you keep filters on your on your videos. You keep filters on your videos because you don't want people to see how dark and the damage your face is with all the bumps and shit be all over your face. That's why you don't show your face without those filters. But Tommy the Gossip, let's make it clear, fat fuck, infested ass fag. You can't put nobody in jail. You can't put you. If anything, you discriminated yourself tonight. And you know the ugliness about you. You screaming all into the phone like you got a whole audience in your little HIV apartment. Now, if you was in a normal um complex or in a normal environment where normal people live, they would have been called the police on you for screaming and causing a disturbance at 12 o'clock at night. You screaming all in your house. But because you in a HIV program, they know that y'all have mental issues, Tommy the Gossip. So they know that that's what y'all do. Y'all got mental issues. So they look upon some of y'all, talk to yourself. Well, you do. You ain't got nobody else to talk to them nasty ass dogs that you keep in a cage all day, every day, never walking them, never doing anything with them, just like you don't do with your son. You know, the poor thing for your son, he has to look at a pitiful ass pill popping crackhead father and mother as a parent. Your son, that's what your mama and they ask your son, what your mama and daddy do for a living? Oh, my dad's a faggot. He dresses up like a woman and gets on the internet, tries to act like he's a gay woman, and he sniff and he smokes crack, and my mama smokes crack and drinks and suck anybody's dick for a hit. That's what your son thinks of you. That's what your son thinks of you, Tommy the Gossip, and his cracked out parents that don't give a fuck. My dad to get instead of sending me my child support money, he buying microphones so he can scream on the phone and on the internet to people that don't like him and don't want to be in a relationship with him. That's what your son is saying. My dad, I don't know what it is. One minute he wants to act like he's a man, and the next minute he putting on a wig and screaming into a microphone. That's what your son is saying, Tommy the Gossip. And you got the audacity to talk about somebody's mama and your mama in the graveyard. You know, and you talking about some dead homies. What you know about some dead homies? Like, do you even that you bitter? Like, you bitter. Your mom is in the graveyard, and you got the audacity to be talking about somebody's mom. And you can't even give your mama a hug. You can't talk to your mama, none of that. Like, and you sitting up there screaming, talking about his mama fat, his mom beautiful, his mom beautiful. But when it's coming from evil, and then you know the sad part about all this, not because you're just a screwed up battered man that been battered all his life. Your fucking supporters, these old ass women that say they spiritual and they Christians, and they sit up here and they sit underneath your disgusting demonic demon ass mind and actions and dysfunctional behavior and go along with it. You can't be a Christian. None of your supporters can never say they believe in God or can talk about God, because you're the God y'all serve is the demonic and demon all day long. That's all he scream about. I want to get a bigger mic so I can scream more evilness at Alvo. Long as I talk about Alvo's mama or Alvo did say bad things to Alvo, Alvo's gonna always give me attention. Still talking about 2.5 years ago, but now it's still um this where Alvo mama live. Do you know everything that you are doing on this internet, showing it, showing an old fake house where he grew up at when he was 7 years of age? Okay, everything that you doing is discriminating you, Tommy the gossip, you uneducated fat bastard, infested bastard. I see your HIV pills is trying to make you gain a little weight. Keep your T cell counts up to par. But I understand this one thing, Tommy the gossip. Little do you know, everything that you doing, and when he shows that to the courts, you're the one that's gonna get in trouble, not him. You're the one that's gonna go to jail, or he can have you arrested before doing simple Simon shit. You so uneducated. Instead of see, that's why they say the dumbest criminals. That's you, because you told the whole world, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna call the police, and I'm gonna say this to them, and I'm gonna say that, and you just told on yourself, you dumb idiot. But the point is to all of this, it don't even matter, because that's the only way that you can ever keep your line busy, is because you got evil spirits, and you got evil spirits people listening and following you, because that's all they live under. Drama is for your supporters that sits underneath you all day, every day, and listen to nothing but evil things and say evil things. They just as evil as you. They don't have a life like you. They don't have a life like you. Who goes outside in the public screaming and yelling because you don't know how to act? You in public screaming and yelling. Like, bro, you don't even know how to act. You don't know how to act. And you only show yourself when you have to involve yourself into the program, some of the program things that y'all have to go to interact with the other HIV and STD carriers, Tommy the gossip. Let's keep it on. Keep on it. You screaming all in the phone about somebody's living mama, and you can't even see your mama, you know? And nobody really talks about the dead, and he's trying so hard not to talk about your dead ass mama. But if it was me, oh, I wouldn't have gave two fucks, because if you gonna sit here and call my mother a bitch and all that other shit like you just called that young man's mother, I don't care. I would have just made you cry on TV about your mommy being in the graveyard under something where you gonna be. You keep fucking talking about people's, then be scared to come outside, think that you're gonna sneak around and only go out when it's time for your programs to have their public meetings for you HIV carriers. You know, you the audacity. That's why you never had no good luck, Thomas Gossip. But I'm so glad that you did that tonight. You sat up here and you said exactly, you discriminated yourself. So if you do decide to do any of those things, it's already on the internet how you plotted, premeditated the crime that you claim that you're gonna do against Alvo. And see, I'm gonna use these big words because I know you're very uneducated and you're not smarter than a preschooler. Never mind, fifth grader, preschooler. to get up here and discriminate yourself and then say, watch, the ball is in your court. Let me call Ken. Okay. First and foremost, you should never be calling no kind of bondsman because you have no issue in any of this or the bondsman, and you can get the bondsman's license revoked. You can also get him sued, and you can be sued right along with them. So know your law before you start playing with the law. You uneducated, tongue twisted ass fat bastard, cotton mouth bitch. You got a loose booty mouth, Tommy. You got a whole loose booty mouth. Ain't nothing but up in your mouth is those Mexicans cum that keep those bumps around your motherfucking mouth inside and out. That's probably why it's hard for you to pronunciate anything because you got all that pus inside your fucking mouth. You know, straight up. So you're gonna be the one doing 60 days, 60 days in, bitch, because you do too much. But look, go ahead and play your games, but little do you know, like I said, oh, you just discriminated yourself. So when he does go to court, he's gonna go and show the courts exactly what you said you're gonna do. And who's been calling and been pranking and making prank calls. They're gonna show that you and the other one, SL Davis and all the rest of y'all that discriminate yourself online and show who's the ones that been, doing all this prank calls and everything. And you don't have that much authority. You just saying shit because you want people to give you attention now. But yeah, you go ahead and continue thinking that you're going to be playing with the law and the police station, and by you discriminating yourself, you just put yourself in a jail cell, Thomas Davis. You know, somewhere you should go. You should go to jail. Why not? Why not put you in jail? Uh, you got the audacity. I mean, like you just sit up here, just talk for somebody that never go outside. Never go outside. Apple's showing all these receipts and everything on you and everything, but you always got an excuse why you can't show none. Can't show none. You looking on his page trying to find something. That's crazy. That shows you you're dumbfounded as nigga, man. Like you trying too hard. Tommy the Gossip trying too hard. Look at him. He's a mess. He just disgusting. He's an ass. You could just tell by his complexion and his whole face that he's just miserable. His T cell count is eating his ass up. You know, he's screaming demon all in his house like he got a whole audience in the house, just screaming for no reason. The man, the billion dollar man, talking about he run YouTube. Okay, if you say so. But anyway, the billion dollar, the billion-dollar blogger that never has nothing. Don't go nowhere. Don't spend the whole summer screaming demon on the phone all summer long. But if you had $1 billion and make all this money, that's all you're gonna do out of life is just scream for the rest of your life into a phone. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He said he makes $7,000 on the internet. Okay, if you say so. He may he might save up all his money, but come on now. If he made $7,000, like okay, let's knock it down. If Tommy the Gossip makes $7,000 on the internet, okay, please break this down to me and make me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But tell me, he said he makes $7,000 on the internet, right? But ordered ordered furniture from Walmart. From Walmart. Like, bruh, Walmart, like, are you serious? You order living room furniture, which is patio furniture from Walmart. Okay. But you're the $1 billion person that $7,000, you say you make $7,000 a month. Spent the whole summer, spent the whole entire summer screaming on the phone. Screaming on the phone. Ain't went nowhere. Ain't enjoyed no vacation. Don't never do anything. Don't never be around nobody. Come on, man. And then when he claims the time when he sucker punched Shamar, he talking about he went now. He don't show him in a club. He only shows parts of. See, y'all gotta follow through with Fat Boy. Fat Boy be lying. Only way Fat Boy go is to that Mexican club, get fucked by them Mexicans, because they got diseases. That's where he caught those diseases from, them STDs. But Tommy the Gossip, you the one you screaming talking about you gonna put somebody in jail. You just discriminated yourself, retard. Okay, you just like the dumb retarded uneducated motherfucker sat on the phone and said, I'm gonna make up all these lies and I want to do this and I want to do that. Now we got it all on tape. Everybody already got it. Probably the other fucking funky ass bloggers got it, you know, and you gonna talk about what you gonna do and you gonna put somebody in jail. You putting yourself in jail because you just discriminated yourself. Now go ahead and call the police department and play with the court system if you want to and watch to see what happened. Because soon as you made that comment about what you gonna do and everything, his supporters go check out what his supporters say. They're gonna keep the video, so when Alva goes to court, they're gonna make sure Alva brings that video, this video you made tonight, to court to show the courts who's been doing all the false accusations and shit. It's funny to me, Tommy the Gossip. You just screaming and screaming, just saying anything just to make sure that Alva keeps your attention. But to talk about somebody's mama and your mama's dead, that's right there. That like that you just a bitter soul. You just saying anything at this time because you think that, oh, if I talk about Alva's mama, you could talk about his mama all you want. You matter of fact, you talk about all our mamas because all our mamas alive. You the one ain't is the one that can't tell your mama anything, you know? And his mama got on live 2 weeks ago and said that she don't know what your problem is because you don't she helped you out. Like, come on now, bruh. She helped your hungry ass out. You was hungry, she made food for you to eat. Okay, so anyway, I'm just saying, Tommy the Gossip, you're the dumb one. You're definitely the dumb one because you just discriminated yourself. And we're glad that you talk a lot because, like I said, you got a loose booty mouth. When you look like a whole bed bug with a wig on. I like you this totally disgusted, bitter all day long. Then you try to use my words. Now I know you be watching because you try to use my word, drop it like it's hot. You try to use my word and everything, trying to use my swag. You could never get my swag because you're not intelligent enough. But let me just say this, though, Tommy Gossip. You're the one that's going to go to jail, bro. Real talk. You can't erase this video. You can't erase what you said and what and all the threats that you made to that young man tonight. You can't erase none of that, bro. None of that. None of that. And you try so hard, you try so hard to want people to hate somebody that you're obsessed with. Just because you're obsessed and you can't let go your feelings towards Alvo, you trying so hard to get all your ugly ass demonic demon supporters that are following the devil to dislike Alvo. And then you don't show nothing. You don't show shit. I will be killing you on that shit. Out on his receipts. On his receipts. On here, you called his mother fat. The lady's beautiful. Beautiful black woman. You can't show no pictures of your mama. You can't show you hugging your mama hugging you. You can't pick up the phone and call your mama. But you talking about somebody dead, somebody mama and your mama dead in the grave. Colder than the motherfucker. You don't even go put no flowers on her grave. None of that. You do your mama just like you do your living son. So your son should just be in the graveyard too, because you don't be around him either. You don't be around him, Tom. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about yourself. All you do is scream and demon, knowing that your vitals, your T cell counts and your vitals are going down because when you do have HIV and you're stressing yourself out, that's why you sleep all day. That's probably why your ass sleep all day. But I just had to get up here and say what I had to say because I do got a 9 to 5 and it is 12:17 down here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. At the 757, two up, two down. You ain't ready for us. But yeah, I just wanted you to know that you discriminated yourself. And you know what? I am so glad that you, Tommy the Gossip, you loose booty mouth, bed bug face looking lizard, you, SL Davis, Selena Davis, y'all two are so uneducated too, where y'all discriminated yourself on live and it's on video. So if anything do ever happens to Alvo and all the threats that y'all have made, not only to him but to the courts, I'm so glad y'all so uneducated and we got it all on video to show the courts who's been doing what and when and how. So since you think the ball is in your court, Tommy the Gossip, watch and see how his supporters is up on it already. They up on it already. Soon as you said they waited for you to finish all your threats of what you're gonna do and say, and the lady already said she she saved the video, so she's gonna make sure that Alvo has it when he goes to court, so he can show the courthouse. So keep playing your little games online because that's the only attention you get and you like is and when he's hitting you upside your head with a baseball bat. And you got to throw that and look at your teeth. Go fix your teeth. You only got teeth on one side. On the other side, you don't have no back teeth. Come on now, cavity creep. You don't. And you shouldn't be screaming too much and getting upset too much because your T cell counts, Tommy the Gossip. It's not good for your HIV T cell counts. Your vitals are going down, bruh. That's why you so bitter and so drained. That's why you keep those filters on your face because you don't want people to see how your HIV infection got your whole body and your whole complexion gray. That's why you got filters on you. See, I'm light skinned. I'm a light skin. I'm a red bone Jamaican. I don't filter nothing. I don't got to because I'm light skinned like that. You see that? That's light skin, sweetie. But you, Tommy Gossett, you got to keep those filters on because you don't want them to see your gray complexion and how the HIV virus is draining your complexion and draining your looks and got all them black spots all in your faces and everything. I'm just saying. But because I do gotta go to work in the morning, it is like 12:20 right now. I just want to holler at you to let your dumb ass know that you're the one that's discriminated yourself and you will be the one going to jail because you just let the world know what kind of games that you was gonna play with the Georgia Police Department in the courthouse. So we appreciate your loud mouth, you loose booty mouth, bed bug, face looking puss bug. You look like a whole blackhead in the face with teeth, piranha teeth. Tommy the Gossip, you got piranha teeth if you know what a piranha is. But yeah, let me holler at you. I'ma holler at you. I'm gonna holler at you on the weekend because then I can stay up here longer. But when you have a 9 to 5, you got to get gotta get the 8 hours in asleep. You when you a beggar like you could stay up all night because that's all you do is beg, talk about everybody. That's all you do is beg. You don't sit online all day long for nothing. You beg just like anybody else. And your GoFundMe page only still at stuck on $305. Come on now. You a beggable Tommy the Gossip, but I'm holler at you on the weekend. But I'm just wanting you to know that all his supporter is sending this video, your video, not this video, your video of you saying what you're gonna do and who you gonna call and all the games that you're gonna play with the police department and the bondsman. They're gonna send that to the courthouse with Alvo. So thanks for discriminating yourself, you uneducated, loose booty mouth, bug face looking motherfucker, Gary Coleman. All right. But I'm going to holler at you, bad bug.